Hello, this is Mr. Official again, and here is another good image of the bristlenose. You can see all of those little bristles on his nose. That's why they're called the bristlenose. The females where'd she go? Ah, there she is. They do not have any bristles. That's an easy way to tell males and females. And this right here is a less dominant male, I would say. Because look at his buddy over here. They get absolutely crazy. And they just get bigger and bigger bushes on their nose as they get older. Now, this guy and this guy, they're the same age. I got them at the same time. They're about, say, 8 months old. 8 months to a year. I got them when they're about 5 months old. And they were the second thing I put in this tank. Very nice fish. Virtually indestructible. They can handle it all the way down to 50 degrees water temp. Or they can handle it all the way up to 85. pH, they do not care. Here's a better picture of the female. She decided to come out finally. Yeah. Virtually indestructible. They don't even care about pH. And they're very peaceful. They do well with pretty much anything that can't put them in their mouth. So they won't eat anything. What you gotta worry about is something eating them. But these guys can get anywhere to 4 to 6, maybe even 7 inches. So it'd be pretty hard to find something that'll fit them in their mouth. Probably the only thing you don't want to have them with is like an Oscar. Just because Oscar might think they're food, and bad scenario, they'll use their barbs they have in their fins, and it's just a bad picture. Both fish will end up dying. Sad. But probably the only thing I have ever even heard of these guys eating that you guys might care about, if you're gonna cohab them with anything, is maybe baby shrimp. Me personally, I haven't seen mine eat any baby shrimp at all, or even care about the shrimp. They will shoo them out the cave, but other than that, they don't really care about shrimp. Now, they do need a dither fish. Well, not need, but they definitely prefer. Here in my case, and a lot of the times blocking the camera, guppies. A bunch of guppies. Like 40 of them. All kinds. They're just a bunch of mutts. Mixes. There's a ton of them. And this Valsneria is providing cover for babies. And the Valsneria is just this plant. It is a live plant. Very fun, very easy to grow. If you can keep fish alive, you can keep this alive. Very simple. Grows pretty fast. It goes by runners. See that? The little root. It'll just bounce bounce, 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 and bounce, and bounce. That's how it spreads. It does it really quickly. I put some in my 55 gallon, and about a week or two after it settled in, already making babies. So it's definitely a plant you have to prune. Bristlenose, they enjoy plant cover. They do like driftwood, just this little piece of wood. Just some pieces of wood. And there's one in the back there if you can look beyond the Valsinaria. And they don't really eat any snails. They don't do anything with the snails, really. I'm eventually gonna get some to eat them. The bladder snails, they're annoying. Covers the entire tank. Everywhere. It's aggravating. And I go squish all of them and they just come back because they're a nuisance. So I'm gonna get something to eat them. But anyway, back to the bristlenose. This is not the normal bristlenose. Oh. This is not the normal bristlenose. It is an albino bristlenose. The normal bristlenose is usually a brown. These guys are about like a yellow. Oh, he's hiding. And these guys are like a yellow. And they have a bunch of colors. There's orange ones, the super reds. They say red, but they look orange. But that happens with a lot of fish. They say they look red, but they're orange. They have snow white. Those ones are fragile, though. That color specifically is just a little fragile. We haven't completely conquered the genes yet. And it's still got some work to be done on it. But there's green dragon ones. You can get long or short fin of all of these. I have short fin albinos. $10 a piece. Not hard to find. You can find them pretty much anywhere. And they just look unique. Because what fish looks crazier than that? Like, he looks like an alien. What fish looks crazier than that? But if you want something more modest, you can always do a female. And they don't look alien. They just look like another pleco. And they do enjoy driftwood. They munch on it. And sponge filter. But the substrate, they don't really care. I have some cocoa peat and gravel. They don't really care about it. Nothing in this tank really does either, though. The guppies don't really care. Bristlenose don't really care. Snails will bury in anything. It's a pain. But I do think they do a little better with substrate compared to no substrate. Like bare bottom. Just because they feel more at home in it. Pretty much any fish would. But yeah. The substrate, yeah, they don't really care about it. It's just really pretty. And obviously one video doesn't cover everything, so obviously go do more research, but very simple, very easy. There's babies coming out of everywhere with this Valsinaria, with these guppies. They definitely do better with the ditherfish than compared without the ditherfish, because their instincts tell them, like, oh, there's no little fish around, that means there's a big predator fish around. But if there's a bunch of little fish, they'll relax, do their thing, and it's because there's no big fish around, because the big fish will eat the little fish. Anyway, this has been Mr. Official. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.